Hi kiddos! Yesterday, AJ and the gang were heading out to the playground to listen to Mr. Klutz's big news. Let's see what happens in chapter 2 called Sprinkles and Lukewarm. It wasn't raining, but the clouds were dark. It looked like a storm was coming. The whole school was out on the playground. Well, actually, it was just the kids and the teachers who were out on the playground. It would be weird if the school was on the playground. Mr. Klutz was waiting for us. He has no hair at all. Men lose the hair on their head when they get old, and then it starts growing out of their nose and ears instead. Nobody knows why. "What's up, Mr. Klutz?" I asked. "I'll tell you what's up," he replied. He pointed to the sky. We all looked up, and you'll never believe what we saw. It was a gigantic hot air balloon. It was floating down with a basket under it. On the side of the balloon were the words, "Channel 4 Weather." It looked like somebody was in the basket. "Who's that?" Michael said. "It looks like Sprinkles Newman, that meteorologist on TV," shouted Ryan. "She studies meteors?" I asked. "That's weird." Everybody laughed, even though I didn't say anything funny. "No, dumbhead," Ryan said. "She's the weather lady." "Oh, yeah. My parents watch Sprinkles Newman on Channel 4 every morning before work. She's always talking about the weather. I leave the room when Sprinkles Newman comes on." What a snooze fest. Why do grown-ups care so much about weather? It's just weather. The balloon was hovering over our heads. Everybody got out of the way so there would be room for it to land. Sprinkles Newman was waving at us. "Remember when Miss Tracy came to our school and talked to us about stars and planets?" Mr. Klutz asked. "Well, that gave me the idea to have Miss Newman come and talk about weather. Wasn't that a great idea?" "Yes!" shouted all the girls. "No!" shouted all the boys. The balloon touched down. Before Miss Newman could climb out of the basket, the weirdest thing in the history of the world happened. A Channel 4 news van came roaring down the street and screeched at a stop at the edge of the playground. A bunch of people jumped out and rushed over to the balloon. One of them started fussing with Miss Newman's hair. Somebody else put makeup on her face. One guy set up lights. Another guy had a video camera. Finally, Miss Newman stepped out of the balloon basket. Everybody clapped and cheered. A tall guy jumped out of the van and ran over. He was carrying a bunch of big pieces of cardboard. The card on the top of the pile had these words written on it. "Hi, everybody." "Hi, everybody," said Miss Newman. "Hi," we all shouted. The tall guy dropped the first piece of cardboard and held up the one underneath it. It said, "Thanks for inviting me to your school." "Thanks for inviting me to your school," said Miss Newman. The guy dropped that card and held up the next one. It said, "It's great to be here." "It's great to be here," Miss Newman said cheerfully. He held up another card. "I love visiting schools and talking with kids." "I love visiting schools and talking with kids," said Miss Newman. He held up another card. "I'm sure we'll have a great time today." "I'm sure we'll have a great time today," said Miss Newman. The guy kept dropping each card and holding up the next one for Miss Newman to read. "Who's that guy?" I asked. He held up another card. "That guy is my cue card man. His name is Lukewarm." "That guy is my cue card man," said Miss Newman. "His name is Lukewarm." How did Lukewarm know I was going to ask who he was. That guy is weird. Chapter 3 is called That's Gotta Hurt. Wonder what's gotta hurt. We'll find out tomorrow. Bye, kiddos.